allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For our city, and I pray that you watch over our city. Appreciate these nice days, nice weather. God, we ask you to watch over our citizens. Please do us. That's it.
This is going to take me a while to get used to. Mr. Slapnicker, please call the roll.
Mr. Ziegler,
Here.
Mr. Fenstermaker,
Here.
Mr. Hamer,
Here.
Mr. Scholes,
Here.
Ms. Grazia,
Here.
Mr. Smolik, Ms. Simons.
Here.
Okay, moving on to the reading and approval of the minutes of the June 1st, 2026 work session. Looking for a motion.
Second it.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, Councilman Smolik with a motion to approve.
Just one thing to note, Louis, it's not substantial to the meeting minutes, but the title has this Willoughby, Ohio. Has this as Willoughby, Ohio. I don't know if it's the software that picked it up because of the zip code, you know, it will throw in Willoughby.
It is, that's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. If I override it on the other side of things if it's in there, but if you put in the address, it does show up as Willoughby.
So you're already screwing up.
No, I'm just, I know the former clerk had issues with that device, so anyways. The other thing is I know we don't have Julie here, but it mentioned the 250th picnic. Was that on July 4th or July 14th? The minutes show the 14th, but I don't quite recall that date.
That I don't know. And also, when I was looking at doing the work session minutes, there was no recording that we had. So I had talked to Mr. Fenstermaker.
Off the cuff.
Okay. Well, I'm sure the community will
Yeah, sure.
advertise it, but. Pardon me? Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so back to the minutes of the June 1st, 2026 work
America
session.
250 cookout July 14th.
Yes,
King Cone ice cream truck from 10
July
to 1.
14th.
Chardon polka band will be in the gazebo. Nope, that was for tomorrow. So America 250 cookout July 14th. King Cone ice cream truck 10 to 1.
thanks, Julie.
You're
Look
welcome.
at that. Julie's on it. Okay, so we're going to try one more time. Any other discussion on work session? Okay, excellent. So again, Mr. Smolik with a motion to adopt, and Mr. Ziegler with second. Mr. Slapnicker, please call the roll.
Mr. Ziegler,
Yes.
Mr. Fenstermaker,
Yes.
Mr. Hamer,
Yes.
Mr. Scholes,
Yes.
Ms. Grazia,
Yes,
Mr. Smolik,
Yes.
Ms. Simons.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to the minutes of the June 1st, 2026 council meeting. Looking for a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Okay, Councilman Smolik with a motion to adopt, Councilman Ziegler with a second. Any discussions? Okay, Mr. Slapnicker, please call the roll.
Mr. Ziegler,
Yes.
Mr. Fenstermaker,
Yes.
Mr. Hamer,
Yes.
Mr. Scholes,
Yes.
Ms. Grazia,
yes,
Mr. Smolik,
Yes.
Ms. Simons.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to department reports. Chief Colleen.
Thank you, Council President. I've submitted my formal report, and the fire department has been diligently working to get ready for the Strawberry Festival, along with the police department, and that's been our focus lately, and I'm open for questions.
What's the age of, like, where you can go without a parent with 16 years old, like, to the festival? Isn't there, like, security around what age you can be by
So
yourself?
if there are Kirtland kids at our Kirtland schools,
they can come before 8 PM. After that, it's accompanied by an adult. Those are, we posted those on there.
Okay,
And if you're not from our school district, you need to be accompanied by a guardian or parent.
okay, cool.
Just because they were saying, because it didn't get recorded, I was thinking history.
Question, Chief Kling, discussed kind of afterwards about the engine, fire engine, they're being delayed because of the engine, lack of supply of those, or can't get one. I looked online, I saw, it's the L9, Mr. Fernando, the one that they used previously on it. You can buy those brand new, I've seen those online.
Yeah, they're not even equipping for L9s anymore. They're already wiring for the X10s. I did talk to the rep, and they said that that's not something they could do.
Can we be a little bit more forceful? I think we want to get that engine, couldn't we? Yeah, it would be ideal to get that engine in there though, because, just with those new emissions and stuff, that's, new engine, probably gonna be more problems, or so there's really no way to get that L9 on there.
Yeah, the L9 is out of the question. It's got to be the X10, which is unfortunate. I would
Okay.
much prefer the L9, but it's not an option.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Chief Colleen this evening? Okay, Chief Fisher?
Thank you, Council President. I believe Lieutenant Letourneau provided a stat report in my absence. I'd also like to thank him and Clerk Buchanan for their teamwork. The police department did not skip a beat while I enjoyed my vacation. So thank them again for their hard work. As Chief Colleen talked about, we are in the prep time, home stretch for the Strawberry Festival. It starts Thursday, the 18th. The information about the festival itself is promptly posted on the Kiwanis Facebook page. We've been sharing it on ours. The rules have been posted on ours as well multiple times. So if you have any questions or concerns, that would be your first place to look. The rules have not changed. I want to take the opportunity to commend Chief McAllister for his forethought on that. And it's widely being used everywhere. It was on the news at the Strawberry Festival in Bedford that they were using it. So kudos to him. I'd also like to remind everybody about the traffic on Friday. It starts getting heavy by 4:30. To our residents who have alternate ways home and knows the back roads, I would strongly encourage you to use those. And just ask everyone for their patience and understanding. The road closure will probably start by 6:15. We'll have officers in all those areas assisting with detours to help people get where they need to get. And lastly, I'm just going to encourage our residents to, if you see something suspicious, don't hesitate to call us. There will be a substantial police presence of ours throughout the course of the weekend. So nothing too small should not, just report it to us. We're here to make sure, and with everybody's partnership with the community, it's going to be another fabulous, safe event, which Kirtland is known for. So with that, I'm open for any questions you may have.
Chief Fisher, thank you. Any questions for Chief Fisher this evening? Okay. Chief, thank you. Mr. Fernaro?
Good evening, everybody. As usual, I'd like to start off by thanking our team. Another great 2 weeks of a lot of work going on with spring and summer. 12 pallets of mastic we just completed last week. We'll be setting up for the Strawberry Festival, as the chiefs mentioned, and next week we'll probably move into some asphalt repairs. One thing to note, Wisner Road, that new slope failure will be we're closed Wisner on Monday, so SME could come in and do some drilling. And also Regency will close on Tuesday. Remember, that's an update that just came through. It was supposed to close on Thursday. It's going to be moved till
So
Tuesday.
when they close it to do the drilling on that second slope area, how long will it be closed?
We're hoping one day.
Okay.
So 8 to 5, we should have it back open if everything goes right. So signs will be posted, type 3 road closure signs will be posted down there, and letters will go out to the residents on Wisner. We're not going to send out any letters on Regency because it's really not going to affect our residents that much. That completes my report.
This coming Monday?
This coming Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, so we're getting
Mr. Wolf will send them out tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said, Julie, you gotta send them out tomorrow, and I was like, I do?
Come on, Julie, get on it. Is Doug not gonna be here tonight? Oh, he's out of town? Okay, so what about, what's the late, does anybody have an update on the original slope, status for Wisner?
Just what he gave you 2 weeks ago. We're looking at those plans. We both agreed to those plans, and now it's up to sending those out to bid. So
Okay, so the next step is to get those plans out to bid.
next step is to get those out to bid. We want to deal with the second slope failure, right? We want to get those boards and see what's actually going on there. We
Okay,
might have to flip-flop.
really?
Yeah. Well, you know how close.
Well,
that-
yeah.
That one's really close to the road edge. I was down there today. Doesn't look like anything's moving, no cracks in the road, so we'll see
Okay.
what the boards bring.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
The mastic is the stuff that was difficult to work with and had a learning curve to it. Am I correct in that? The mastic that you were talking about, and you said we used 2 pallets of it, is that the stuff that we were struggling to figure out how to use and there was a learning curve involved in it?
Oh, not at all.
No?
We've used 12 pallets this year, 8
Okay.
pallets last year, so no, it works really well.
Okay, I thought there was something that we
Yeah,
were
that-
kind of saying, there was a learning curve with it, and I was just curious if we felt like we had it figured
Yeah.
out.
That was me last council meeting mentioning that other cities have tried it and that the feedback from them, which we acknowledged, is it is more difficult to work with than cold patch, but we
But it sounds like we're
understand that.
figuring it out. Okay,
Yeah, no, that lasted all winter last year. That's why we used more of it this year. The
Yeah.
plows didn't move it at all, so.
that's great.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Fenaro this evening?
Mr. Fenaro, I wanted to follow up with, I think last meeting, it was mentioned some letters were going to go out to some residents on Prairie, just following up to see if those have been
I'll
sent out.
let the mayor answer that, but I believe they did go out.
If they didn't, they're all going out tomorrow. Every last zoning letter is going out tomorrow. If they hadn't gone out already, I'm not sure
Okay.
to those specifically.
Okay, appreciate that, thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Mr. Fenaro this evening? All right, moving on to Mr. Slapnicker.
Thank you, Council President Fenstermaker. We received our RETA retainer refund, as we do every year at the end of May. Just to report back to council that the cost of collections for RETA to handle all of our income tax collections came in at 1.24%, which again is absolutely fantastic. Last year it was 1.22%, so we're right there again this year. We're also going to be participating in the RETA subpoena program again. That's been very beneficial to the city as well. I did provide Mr. Fenstermaker and Mr. Scholes the information that they had previously requested about the 0.25%. If it had passed a few years ago, what that total dollar amount would be for the city. And Mr. Scholes, you were provided with the RETA information numbers that you were looking for as well. And that concludes my report, and I'm open to questions.
Okay, just on that note, I will forward the information that Mr. Slapnicker supplied me to all of council, so you guys can see that, just so that you have that information.
Yeah, Louis, if you could send this to everybody just so they can see it. And I know you got it to me just before the meeting, but if maybe next meeting you can just give a couple minutes to talk about it. Just seeing some trends. I mean, they don't have the data in front of them, so.
Absolutely, yeah, that's fine.
Did they give an idea when 25 information might be fully populated?
He didn't. They're not quite there yet. They're getting close, but he didn't even want to give me information because it wasn't going to be completely accurate at this point. So as soon as I get it, then I will definitely update this worksheet and forward it out.
Okay, thank you.
I was just going to say, because you weren't here in the last meeting, thank you for your willingness to take on additional responsibilities on behalf of council. I don't know if I should have saved that for council comments, but there you go.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing that.
And I agree.
All right, excellent. Any other questions for Mr. Slapnicker this evening? Okay. No, Julia? Mr. Lallo?
Thank you, Mr. Council President. Just a couple points. The Tibbetts Road, there's been some, I think, pretty good progress being made on that. The developer submitted updated plans to, I think today actually, they submitted them and submitted the appropriate deposit fees as well. So that should be reviewed probably in the next week or so. And then it should, hopefully, they should be able to work back and forth with their engineer if there's anything that's needed, so that that project can hopefully get brought to an amicable conclusion. Secondly, just in the last couple of weeks, I have been inundated with public record requests, just inundated with a couple different cases and things that are going around the city right now. So just that's what's been going on in my world. But if you have any other questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Lallo this evening?
When you say inundated with requests, are they separate requests from
Yes.
separate people or?
Correct.
Okay.
And then, according to statute or law, or, statute or case law, there's certain things that must be redacted or withheld, and then they're challenging that. And, there's the dialogue and going back and forth and trying to communicate with different agencies to make sure we have the right records. And, it's a lot of that.
Mhm. Is there anything we can do as a city to help support that in any way, like put some of these legislations on the site or something?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
It's, obviously sunshine law, public records, that's all statutory. And, there's people that are trying to kind of get as much as they can. And we'll be more than happy to comply with what we are required to comply with. But for example, like giving victims information on, various cases and things. There's Marcy's law, and you got to put your protect the victim in certain situations. So, so some people feel that they have the right to view everything, and then we have to provide the case law or the statutes to tell them, hey, this is where we got to press the brakes. So.
Okay, well, since we can't do anything else to support you, we'll just say thanks for taking on the extra work.
Yeah. Well, Ms. Buchanan has been very helpful on one of the cases, so, and Lieutenant LaTurner as well.
Excellent. Okay. There's no other questions for Mr. Lallo. We'll move on to the mayor's report. Mayor Potter?
All right, pass.
Apparently I cannot multitask. Just real quickly, because we have a guest with us tonight that I do want to speak to council here for a few minutes, give an update related to fiber internet. But before I do that, I just want to tell you about an experience I had the other night. I went into Dairy Mart over here, right on 306, and the clerk and I got to talking, and I told her, that I was the mayor of the city of Kirtland, and she went absolutely bananas. Not on me for something I've done wrong, like most other residents here do. No, I'm just kidding. I'm looking at you, Sue. You knew where I was going. Anyhow, so she had an incident that required some assistance from our fire department, paramedics, just the week before. The extent that our people went to help this person out, staying way beyond their call of duty, assisting with the cleanup, she was flabbergasted and just blown away. And I would agree with her that that doesn't happen anywhere else. So to Chief Clean and the folks on that call, thank you very much.
Thank you, and it's a great thing that we can do that often. We get lots of letters and thank yous like that, which is nice and makes me proud for sure.
That's awesome.
So beyond that, Mr. Gibbs tonight had asked Mr. Nick Hunter from Chagrin Valley Gig to stop in and give us an update on progress and process for the forthcoming fiber internet to the city of Kirtland. Mr. Hunter, the floor is yours. If you wouldn't mind stating your name and address and using the microphone. Yes, please.
Yes, please. And name and address, please.
Nick Hunter, 9240 Little Mountain Road, Mentor, Ohio, 44060. Appreciate it, Mayor, and everybody here. Overdue for an update, but obviously a lot's been going on in the build season that we are finally in. As you guys are aware, this is one of the worst winters we've had probably in 20 years, having grown up here. We are one of the few companies that continues construction even during the winter, but even for us, it slowed us down a bit. Most importantly, though, the things going on at CV Gig, critically speaking, Hunting Valley construction is done. It's over 75% take rate, meaning over 75% of the community took that service with us. The remaining 25% are actually mostly made up of snowbirders that are just coming home. So we're looking to keep remaining crews there as we schedule their installs. As you have probably maybe an idea, the Hunting Valley installs are much longer than most normal installs as far as how far they're away from the road. So we decided to keep some resources back there, get them finished up. Gates Mills simultaneously underway. So we have built their village hall and all of their buildings. They actually own all of the buildings in Gates Mills. So that actually construction will be finished by the end of this week. And then general construction will continue to move on from there with the various sections and zones that we're building Gates Mills happening simultaneously. Now, what's that got to do with Kirtland? At the same time, we have leadership heading down to one of our serving areas in Southwest Ohio. We have over 70 employees in Southwest Ohio that have been working diligently on a build over the winter and early spring. We are heading down there Wednesday to see which crews will be willing to come up here to accelerate the builds simultaneously in Kirtland. So we are first starting there. That will then allow us to understand how much more equipment we need to buy in order to properly staff CV Gig to start simultaneous build and progress in Kirtland. But first, we wanted to give those crew members the opportunity to move up here, obviously temporarily, but to come and do work and leverage some of those resources as they wind down their major construction of a large zone down there. So asset redeployment is happening this Wednesday, with the expectations that if those crews do decide to move up here, they would start moving into kind of the July timeframe. The other things we're doing in Kirtland is we're working on leased fiber turnups, which are the pieces of fiber that we lease from outside companies in order to light pops or points of presence. One thing we have noticed operationally is that Bluebird purchased Everstream. Bluebird is a much larger company. It purchased Everstream, which is who we have lit services contracts with. And we have noticed a significant slowdown in response time from the new ownership group under Bluebird. That is also in tandem with working on redundant fiber paths. As we build the point of presence on the in-kind donated land here in Kirtland, having redundant paths is key to having a really secure network from the get-go. So that's a critical step that we're working on right now. The POP hut, which is what we'll be putting on that in-kind land, is completely designed. Serving in-kind property will be happening here shortly. Then it gets into the submitting the architectural prints and permitting that hut, and then obviously followed by construction. So the very first thing we need to do here in Kirtland is to get that POP constructed. That's about a 10 by 20 piece of building made up of concrete block. It'll look nice, but it is meant to be an armored site that is resistant to bad weather, which we've had a lot of recently. Underground construction is designed, so the networking and design of the overall design for Kirtland is complete. First construction priority of that building, underground construction will be from that in-kind site and those leased lines as well as from the hut. We are currently looking at a build-out plan for starting at that hut location, building outward is kind of how that essentially all lays out. So that's where we're at right now. One couple other things that came to mind as I was sitting here, part and parcel of what we do in communities is to really work with you and the group to see any connections you guys have within the school, places we should be going about hiring new people, is where we could use some assistance on maybe events we need to be going to for high school kids. We've done a wonderful job partnering with vocational programs everywhere we go. And so obviously there are a few around here, maybe not necessarily right in Kirtland, but any sort of kind of political connections or things that can help us get in the right time at those places, that will be part and parcel to filling in the construction crew gap that we need to fill by starting Wednesday, seeing who will move up here, followed by, how many pieces of equipment we can purchase and fill out crews. The second thing that comes to mind is, we had talked about having kind of a marketing discussion as far as following up with your team. Those couple months delay that we've had, given the weather and the slowdowns with our conversations with Bluebird, we've punted those for a specific reason. It's really important that when we are marketing to your constituents, our constituents, as I'm part of it, is that we are ready to pounce on it and that we don't out market ahead of us too far, because it creates expectations that then makes people really angry, right? In the world of instant gratification, building underground fiber is not the fastest thing in the world. So we have been very, very good in places like Gates Mills and Hunting Valley and really releasing bi-weekly updates to the community saying, hey, you're in zone A, go sign up, we'll be there within 2 weeks. And that's enough time that, right, that we can get people signed up without breaking expectations and saying, hey, we're going to be there next week and we don't show up for 4 months, right? That's where you lose people and you start creating issues. So we have to be really careful about that. And why we've been in a little bit of a quiet zone is just making sure that we get these other ducks in the row as we get ready to go. That's the update I have. I appreciate you guys being here. I know Jim had emailed me and I said, I'm not going to do this over email. I'd rather come in person and show face. I think it's really important that you guys see us. And so we're here and getting ready to move. So, okay.
Okay, that's awesome.
For your cold winters, what do you run into? What's the depth that you go at? You run into the freeze line, obviously?
It's actually funny enough. Winter can be some of the best drilling because the ground is it's firm. It's not got anything to do with how hard or cold the ground is. It's about tearing up everybody's yard, right? You're putting multiple ton drills on somebody's grass, and when it's cold and wet, it creates a ton of destruction of people's yards. And the last thing we want to be known as a company that comes in, tears up your yard, and leaves you behind. We always want to leave your yard looking better than it was when we got there. And so we have to be really careful in the winter. Also, it's the safety of the crew, right? You got road issues, people can slide into, we've lucky enough, knock on wood, never had a crew get hit by a car. But you know, icy conditions, we have to be really concerned. What we end up doing is we balance it by doing a lot of more in-home work, right? If we know we're coming to your 40 homes, we'll go to the inside work until the weather breaks, and then we can get back out and do the actual road boring, if that makes sense.
What's the longest line you generally export drill at any given time?
You know, we have drills of all kinds of sizes. We've got some of the biggest drills in the industry outside of maybe oil and gas, huge drills. Those can do anywhere from 800 to 1,200 foot shots directly. It has to do with how many pieces of pipe can be loaded in the hopper. It looks like a firearms magazine. You just stack a bunch of pipes and they just keep putting it out. Generally speaking, the 2330s or 2440s do about 800 feet. And then they have to go to the other side and shoot back to it. So then the length of a shot is about 800 feet. Yeah. Where are you in Kirtland? Okay. Yeah. Why would they have done that? Yep. Yeah, so ultimately they obviously had to submit permits to do it and everything, but as far as, you know, leaving the yard behind, did they tear up everything that you had? And right. Yeah, I mean, ultimately speaking, we can go into any community we want as long as we get the permitting done. What we've set out to do at CV Gig is do these types of relationships where they do an RFP, we compete for kind of the preferred broadband provider stance. But as a PUCO company, we're allowed into any public utility right away. So we can show up and do it wherever we want and tear up everybody's yard and leave too. But we tend to try to build relationships so that when we start building for your community, they know who we are and that we care and are going to do a good job for them. And it's paid dividends in CV Gig, right? So industry standard for take rate against a large cable provider, which is, I'll leave it at that. That would be who was in Hunting Valley, is about 30% take rate, first time build, and we're at 75%. Has a lot to do with the work we do, showing up at events, and we're obviously going to do all that kind of stuff here as well. Make sense?
As far as the project,
You're right on the border of Gates Mills. So maybe they had to deal with Gates Mills and maybe AT&T went too far.
So yeah, I mean, we have a deal with Gates Mills. I mean, we won their RFP as well, like we did with Hunting Valley. Hence why we're there. But Hunting Valley was the only one that had in their proverbial contract with us that we could not build anywhere else until major construction was done. Major construction is not hooking up everybody's home, it's getting all the roads done. And so that celebration of the major construction will happen next month in Hunting Valley, but it's been done for about 2 months. Okay.
After that meeting, whenever it was, I spoke with the engineer, and he was going to follow up to make sure that AT&T had actually pulled what they were supposed to get into the right-of-way, because as Nick had said, that they are required to at least talk to the city to occupy the right-of-way and that sort of stuff, and potentially pull permits, and of course, restore to what it was before. So he was not aware at that time, but sometimes these projects are applied for 6 months ago, and then they don't actually show up and do them until then. So he was going to check back on his record. So I would encourage you to bring it up to the engineer, either via email or the next time he's at a meeting, because I did refresh him after.
And that's been known to happen. Some big providers have been kicked out of counties entirely for doing that, and for messing with other. Well, we've had instances where we've had companies get into our conduit without us knowing, using it. I mean, so there's some games here. We try to play by the rules and do it right.
I'm not great with my mapping, but is there a chance that half your road is in another community? No? Okay. That's all. Okay. Then I don't know. Like, I guess I would refer you back to the engineer because, yeah, please do. Thank you.
So Jack, you're gonna start drilling in July, is that what I heard?
No, the crews will start moving in here in July, whether that's to complete, assist in Gates Mills, but then the POP still has to be built here. So we still have to build the hut in Kirtland in order to really start the work. At the same time, you have to have the internet connected to the hut, and that's the work we're doing with Bluebird, which is Everstream. What used to be known as Everstream is now Bluebird, and we've been having significant, because we have lease arrangements with them all over the state, right? Because if we're building in rural Belmont County, which we are, I'm not building all the way to Pittsburgh, right? I have to get on somebody's internet to connect the POP to Belmont. And that's generally speaking Everstream are those mid-mile providers, and that's who Bluebird is now. And we've had significant issues trying to get connected with the new owners of said company. Not that it's not happening, but it's getting a little slower than it used to be. I would say the design and the permitting for the POP will probably start coming your way by the end of July, my guess is. Yep. Okay.
Well, thank you for coming with that update. Look
All right.
forward to seeing the progress.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions
you.
for him? You guys all good?
Yep, thanks,
All
Nick.
right, thank you very much. Mayor, anything else this evening? Yay, festival. All right.
What time are you being the dunk tank?
Yeah, really. That's important.
There is no dunk tank.
I don't think there is a dunk tank this year, is there, Joe?
There's no dunk tank?
No, there is no dunk tank.
Sounds like somebody should be renting a dunk tank.
For the mayor.
I didn't,
On average, I go down about 40 times.
I think the first time the mayor did that, it was 45 degrees out that night or something like that. It's ridiculous.
I've done it when it's cold, and I think we had them pump hot water in it the one time. We said, you got to get hot water out of the school. I can't do it anymore. No, they gave me hot water. All right, moving on. Standing committee reports. Any standing committee reports this evening? I do know that Councilman Schultz has scheduled for 7/13 at 6 p.m. The Police and Fire Standing Committee, and has invited any of council that would like to attend that session. So that'll be at 6 o'clock before our council meeting that is also scheduled that evening.
Pertain to possible speed cameras or? Okay.
Yes.
So, just for open meeting purposes, we just gotta make sure that the clerk is aware for publication, the standing committee, and then the purpose of that meeting as well.
Okay, so again, the purpose of the meeting is to discuss or to have someone come in and present to us the use of speed cameras within city limits. Okay? Specifically around school zones. Make sure that's pointed out. It's not throughout city limits. It's specifically centered around our school zones.
I have it noted.
Okay, Mr. Lalo, good?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any correspondence this evening? Okay, with no correspondence, we'll move on to public comments for matters not on the agenda.
Everybody's looking at you, brother.
Going once, Going twice. All right. Okay, moving on to public comments of matters of old business. Okay, moving on to new business. Public comments on agenda items of new business. All right, we're going to continue to move on. 26-0-34, an ordinance authorizing the city of Kirtland to enter into a contract to purchase one Freightliner M2-106 Plus as shown in Exhibit A from Cleveland Freightliner and declaring an emergency.
Motion to waive 3 readings.
A second?
Okay, Councilman Smolik with a motion to waive the 3 readings. Councilman Grazi with a second. Any discussion?
This is per what's already been approved in the budget? Just
Yes.
For the record?
Yes, for the record, absolutely. Any other discussion?
70-mile-per-hour road limit on that, Joe? You guys caught the governor right away on that one? You take that off? Okay.
Okay. Mr. Slapnicker, please call the roll.
Mr. Ziegler,
Yes.
Mr. Fenstermaker,
Yes.
Mr. Hamer.
Yes.
Mr. Schulz,
Yes.
Ms. Grazia,
Yes.
Mr. Smolik,
Yes.
Ms. Simons.
Yes.
Okay, looking for a motion to adopt and declare an emergency.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, Ms. Simons with the motion to adopt and declare an emergency. Ms. Grazi with a second. Any discussion?
That stainless steel box on that, Joe? Okay. Thank you.
Lewis, this is a cash purchase?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
CH and SH is always.
What kind of purchase?
Cash.
Cash.
It pains him so much to say it that
Okay,
That
right.
is a large amount. They weren't that much 10 years ago, that's for sure.
Right.
Right?
All
What
right.
are they up? About $120,000 in 10 years' time? Yeah. That's
All
what-
right.
195, 175, right? I believe when I first started here.
Okay. No other further discussions. Mr. Slapnicker, please call the roll.
Mr. Ziegler.
Yes.
Mr. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mr. Hamer.
Yes.
Mr. Schulz,
Yes.
Ms. Grazia,
Yes.
Mr. Smolik,
Yes.
Ms. Simons.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to 26-0-35, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to purchase turnout gear for the fire department and declaring an emergency. Looking for a motion to waive the 3 readings.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Councilman Schultz with a motion to waive the 3 readings. Councilman Simons with the second. Any discussion? With no discussion, Mr. Slapnicker, please call the roll.
Mr. Ziegler,
Yes.
Mr. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mr. Hamer.
Yes.
Mr. Schulz,
Yes.
Ms. Grazia,
Yes.
Mr. Smolik,
Yes.
Ms. Simons.
Yes.
Okay, looking for a motion to adopt and declare an emergency.
Motion to declare an emergency and adopt.
Okay.
Second.
Councilman Schultz with a motion to declare an emergency and adopt. Councilman Simons with a second. Any discussion?
Lewis, the difference between the price and the grant that's coming out of the general fund?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Mr. Slapnicker, please call the roll.
Mr. Ziegler,
Yes.
Mr. Fenstermaker.
Yes.
Mr. Hamer.
Yes.
Mr. Schulz,
Yes.
Ms. Grazia,
Yes.
Mr. Smolik.
Yes.
Ms. Simons.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to 26-0-36, an ordinance amending section 220.26 of the codified ordinances of the city of Kirtland regarding the rules of council and declaring an emergency. Any discussion?
Mr. Schultz, do you have a couple?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lallo, for writing the amendment. I guess the only thing that I thought of after I had read this is that this speaks specifically to proposed legislation, and I think it would also, when passed by emergency, that perhaps it should also be posted on the website as well for a follow-up, trying to close up an issue.
Well, so I think this is for the agenda. So this is all proposed legislation, right? Proposed, this is what is coming up. I think what you're talking about is the passed or approved legislation. And I know we've had discussions about this because I think everyone can agree we need to kind of take a good look at the city's website, figure out maybe a better way to organize it and easily get items up there for the community, even just for us to be able to review it as well. So we're working through that. But I think for like past legislation or approved legislation that doesn't have a place in this section of the ordinance because this is all for things that are upcoming.
Okay. All right. Understand. So
Yeah.
thank you for that
Yeah.
discussion. And then, Council President, one of the things, and the mayor might be working this out, is should this legislation specifically request that the clerk of council shepherd that process? It kind of does, but it doesn't in a way.
So you're saying should it define accountability and ownership?
Right, because it says the members of council shall cooperate with the clerk by providing information, including ordinances, resolutions needed to prepare the agenda. At the same time, the agenda is provided to the members of council, and the agenda and all accompanying materials, including proposed ordinance of resolutions and draft minutes, shall be posted on the website. So it at least ties somebody to it, so it's completed. So
I just wasn't,
discussion. And this is an administration thing, but I want to bring it up that it's tied to somebody.
Mhm.
You know, I've been
Then-
on this for a while.
yes, because I don't know who posts what on the city's website, so that's why I intentionally keep that vague. But maybe if you want to indicate, you know, and you know, it shall be the clerk's responsibility to, you know, at the
Ensure.
same time.
I mean, just the ownership side.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing it, but maybe just call out the clerk of court or clerk of
Correct.
council.
It's their ultimate responsibility.
Yeah,
Whether
who
somebody else
owns it?
does it,
Yeah.
the buck stops at the clerk.
Yeah, the ownership is with the clerk. of
Yeah.
courts, Right? Or
Right.
clerk of council.
Just so that, you know what I mean, like, it's not up today, right?
Right.
And then we're missing a whole bunch of stuff, business that we've done. That's why I mentioned
Mhm.
the past stuff, but it was just trying to get ownership. So we know that it's completed, right? Instead of me going on there every meeting,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Anybody have any comments or statements regarding that? I mean, I personally think we should have at least defined or spelled out who owns it. That's the key, right? Who owns that responsibility?
Yeah.
Whether it's, you know, Mr. Slapnicker now, or if it's, you know, whoever's our website coordinator deemed, I don't care, but I think it should be spelled out in there who owns it. That's all.
on council president, that should work.
Council President, excellent. I like that idea. All in favor? No.
I mean, I'll be more than happy to try to come up with,
Okay.
do you, I mean, I could think of something now, or we could set it for second reading?
No,
or-
we'll set it for second reading. So
Okay.
if we come up with something
Yeah.
and administration agrees, then we're good. Just send us that amendment and we can read it in the second reading.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? That work for you? Is that good for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why
All right.
I didn't,
Okay.
wanted to just bring it up to the group.
All right, excellent. Okay, so moving on to council comments. Okay, any other council comments this evening? All right, any continuing concerns, last opportunity for the public? We're gonna move right over to Scott's favorite statement. Looking for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn?
Aye.
All in favor?
So second.
Oh, so moved. Okay, Matt seconded. Joe?
Now you can do it all.
Now,